Hey guys, what's up? It's Mahadeo Films here again today, and hey, I'm back with another review. And this review's on a figure I think you guys are going to enjoy. The Ultimate Gorgon from Walking with Dinosaurs, the 3D movie. And he's so big that he can't even fit in a frame. So let's just get this review started. Starting off with detail, you can see here on the head sculpt, there isn't too much details. There's some scales around the lip and right here, and some right there, some right here, and a little bit right here, but not too much scales around the whole figure, to be honest. You can open up the mouth, but there is not really any detail. I mean, there's a tongue, but the detail is pretty much all smooth in the mouth. And then as you go along to the neck, you can see there's just some folds and some spikes on the neck, some creases. Same with the body, which the body is rubber, a more tougher rubber than the Kenner dinosaurs, but still it's rubber. And then there's just some scales and more spikes and scoots on the back, and then some folds in the skin. The bottom is where the speaker goes, which is okay, because it's at the bottom, so you're not really going to notice it. And then there's the hand claws, 2 fingers, because this is a species of Tyrannosaur, I'm pretty sure. And then here's the leg, which you can see there's some nice scales and creases and all that in the leg. There's even there's not really too much details on the tiny feet, but there's some. And then going along to the tail, you can see that it has some scales and scoots going along to the end, which the end just kind of smooths out all the detail, and there's pretty much no detail left. So, before he falls over, let's get into paint job. Never mind, he fell over anyways. As for paint job on this figure, the teeth are painted this kind of whitish, kind of yellow, well, not really yellow, but more kind of like a bone white color, which, I mean, it's the teeth, so they should be that color. And just some pink inside the mouth, by the gums here, the tongue, and that's about it. And the eye is yellow with a black pupil. And the whole figure pretty much is just this gray, this kind of really dark gray with this kind of blue metallic paint splattered here and there, I guess to bring out some of the details, and some kind of whitish stripes going along the back. You can see them better on the tail. The colors on this figure isn't bad. It definitely looks like the one from the movie. Granted, I have not seen the movie at all, but I have seen what the Gorgosaurus in the movie looks like. At least Gorgon anyways, and it looks accurate enough, sculpt-wise. Paint job, I think they could have improved on a little bit more to make it more accurate, but hey, it's not that bad. Alright, so this guy has quite a bit of articulation, so let's get through this pretty quickly. His jaw can move like that, so you can have him do some pretty cool roars. His head can look side to side, not much though, up and down. His neck can look side to side, pretty good. Better this side. Move up and down, can on a ball joint, so it can just move however you want it to. The arms can go up, down, swivel. The legs can go 360 with no trouble. You can bend at the knees, the ankle, but it's a little bit difficult on that leg. And you can bend at the foot and rotate. You can also rotate at the ankle and rotate at the knee. And the tail, again, is on a ball joint, so you can just move it however which way you want. But you can't do too much because the tail is curved, so I don't know if you do that. I mean, that's going to look kind of weird. As for action features on this figure, there's a button at the top here, and when you press it, he'll let out some roars. So, let's hear them now. Okay, so I think those are all the roars, and I have to say, quite a lot of roars. I'm pretty impressed, and he's gonna fall over, so I'll just have his tail balance here. Yeah, that's one of the big issues with this figure. He doesn't really balance too well. If to be honest, he really doesn't balance all that great. But I mean, at least if you have something supporting his tail, you can get some okay poses. But yeah, those were all the sounds. And now, granted, I have not seen the movie, so I don't know what the Gorgosaurus sounds like in the movie. But I have to say, the sounds on this figure are pretty cool. As for size comparison here, first we have the Chomping T-Rex, or as I call it, the Derp T-Rex from the Jurassic World line. And you can see they scale up to about the same height. I think the Gorgosaurus may be a little bit longer though. Yeah, it's longer. But they do scale up at about the same height. And I don't know if this would really be good because a Gorgosaurus, even compared to a juvenile T-Rex, is not even this big. To the juvenile would probably be like about right here. And this definitely would not work if this was an adult T-Rex because the Gorgosaurus just would not be bigger than it. Here for size comparison we have the 2013 Allosaurus from Jurassic Park line. I don't know if this is accurate or not. I don't think so. I think Gorgosaurus was I think like a little bigger, not a little bigger, but like a little smaller than an Allosaurus, like maybe about up to its shoulder here. I don't know for sure, but I think so. So this definitely would not work. Maybe if you say this is a baby Allosaurus, but it's kind of hard to say that this looks like a baby because it does look like an adult. And last but not least, what would a size comparison be without a human figure? So here's Chris Pratt. And actually this doesn't look too bad. I think this is kind of close to the height of the Gorgosaurus, if I'm correct. So it does not look too bad at all. Kids can definitely have some good playtime with this, and if you're making a movie, this guy would probably work great. Well, I mean, if you don't have like a T-Rex or anything else in the movie for it to fight, because it will not scale up at all very well. But honestly, I think this looks alright. As for final thoughts on this figure, I have to say, this is a pretty good figure. It is quite pricey now, so if you do want to get one, do get it secondhand, because these are pretty pricey. I'm actually pretty lucky to get this one when I did. Even the small one, if you even want the small one, that's about like 35 bucks, and for the size of the figure, that's pretty expensive. But, you know, if you can get this for a good price, I definitely 100% recommend this figure. Even though it can't stand up, and the paint job is a little and it has good articulation. The paint job's as I said before. The sculpt is pretty good, and the detail's okay, but honestly, this is a really good figure, and it's pretty big too, and you normally don't really see huge figures, at least of dinosaurs anymore. They're more like around like a 6-inch dinosaur figure that you pick up. But this one's actually pretty big, and that's one of the reasons I love it. So, with all that said, I will give this Walking with Dinosaurs, the 3D movie Gorgosaurus figure, an 8 out of 10. The main reason that this figure gets an 8 out of 10 is because the standing is just a super big issue for me. Because if you look at the feet, the people who made the dinosaur, I don't know what company made it, they made the feet really small compared to the body. So it can't really balance correctly. I mean, sometimes here and there you can get him to stand up like how a popular dinosaur would, you know, his tail in the air. He doesn't have to balance on his tail. He's standing straight horizontal. But that only lasts for, I would say, maybe like not even a minute, probably only a couple seconds, and he's going to topple over. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next video. Yo, Chris Pratt's riding Dinosaur. Jurassic World 2 idea confirmed.